Hey, is it like? Hey, welcome to another episode of Pork TV. Look, see you. Hey, see you. Yeah, so we back with another episode. So I got a returning guest. Y'all already know his name. You can go and introduce himself if you want to.
No, I'm not.
You ain't. Come on, man. Just do it for the new subscribers, man. For the people that
What
don't
should I
know.
introduce myself as, man?
You come with plenty names. So what is your name tonight, man?
Man, my name Raheem. Right, man.
Got my boy Raheem
my
Thor.
way, man.
So I have a new guest. First time on the show. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Max Sable. That's my Instagram name. So, good evening.
Hey.
Self-promotion.
Man, this shit, hey man, this shit expanding, man. This shit crazy. Yo, I'm having some very special guests on the show now, man. Like, got a lot of knowledge on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate you. You came up to you like, man, what's up, Paul TV, man? I'm trying to come on. Like, let's get it.
Yeah,
now
thank you for inviting me. I'm excited.
Yeah. She brought the wine.
Oh yes.
For the culture, man. For the purpose of the show.
It's boxed.
Yeah.
You know, this ain't for the bougie at heart. You know what I'm saying? This is Bougetto. This is called
Bougetto. I never heard that. That's the first.
It's called a Bougetto cocktail.
Oh yeah. You can't go wrong with that one. So we're gonna dive right into the first topic. First topic that I want to talk about. What is something you wish you can tell your younger self? When I say younger self, when you was in high school, if you can go back and talk to yourself, what would you tell your younger self? And do you think your younger self will listen to you?
Well, yeah. I always listen to, like, I learned from everybody else I grew up around, so I know I will listen to my long story short, I tell my younger self, yo, this shit for real. Like, take
Life
this
is
shit
real.
serious. Take it serious, man. Like, this shit go by quick.
Yeah.
You know, because you think you're young, you think it's gonna last forever. You're like, oh no, I got time. Fuck it, whatever. I ain't, you know, I didn't take school serious. I didn't even go to class. I don't know how I graduated. I actually made it to college. I'm talking about I was never in class. I was a burnout.
He was an athlete.
Yeah, I played sports, walked the hallways, smoke weed, I did everything but schoolwork.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, I don't know how I graduated. I had a good SAT score. I had an okay GPA. I don't know how. But that's how school is. You know, you athlete, they'll push you on through as long as you ain't, as long as you're good.
Yeah, as long as you
okay,
as long as you try.
I was gonna say, usually though, like, especially at your age, seems like you must have had some kind of charisma or personality too. Because a lot of times they won't put up with that craziness, but as far as you low key with it, they'll support you all day.
I wasn't like, I wasn't an asshole or a knucklehead.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If you was something that could bring in people to come and watch or whatever, get a little bit of exposure, shoot, you was making them money for free.
I was, I guess I was always, life always came easy.
They saw the potential in you.
I ain't even live up to none of it. I'm for real, like, all my teachers, no, for real, like, I'm for real. I'll be honest, like, I'm supposed to have a degree, be doing something else. I just, like, fuck it, like, college, I was like, I ain't going to school. Like, I would show up to class, and I went to college for 2 years, and I dropped out because, like, I would go to class, to take exams, turn in essays, and I'd dip. And I'm thinking it's like TV, like shit. I was getting great grades, like I got A's on all my papers and all that shit. But I thought it was like TV. You see school on TV in the movies, like shit. They don't go to class. It don't matter. I'm getting good grades.
Oh, you didn't know about the attendance factor.
What? Okay. My freshman year. I didn't know my freshman year. Smoking weed. I'm wow. I'm like, and like you fucking. That first, your midterm come up, you start looking at your grades, so you about to go back home. I'm like, hold on. A's, you miss every 3 days is like half a letter grade. So them A's turn to B's. Them B's gonna turn to B minuses and C. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, hey, teach, hey, professor, what's going,
Yeah.
And they break it down. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this trash, right? Yeah. I'm like, I gotta actually show up. I'm getting good grades. And that's when I was like, yeah, this shit ain't for me. I wish I would have stuck with it though.
I would tell myself, don't rush getting into adulthood. Take classes and take school serious and learn a skill. Learn a trade or something.
For real.
Stay away from I ain't gonna say stay away from girls, but don't focus all your attention on women. They gonna always be to learn how to build your future, build an empire while you're young, and wear condoms.
I always knew that.
Wear condoms, man. Hey, don't take risky. Don't take risky out here, man. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
It's real out there.
Pull TV, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
No comment.
Yeah. I mean, that's real. It's real. I think probably should have been more, how do I say it, more emphasis on females or people my age saying, hey, if they ain't got one, you might want to keep one in your purse. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Mm-hmm. But, because it is a culture that y'all supposed to, have it. But maybe if we want it just as much as y'all do, so maybe we should be keeping some too.
I mean, yeah, stay ready.
Keep it on deck. Keep it on deck.
I'm saying, but even then, like, we would have it, but we so dumb, like, man.
Well, now that's
but
that's what I'm saying. That's kind of like the emphasis, like, we ain't starting.
Yeah.
So, again.
I feel like, you know what? Now that you said that, I feel like I might be shooting myself. I feel like more women should be more strong. Like, you ain't got one.
Yeah. Everybody need to speak up.
Like,
it's you. You gotta take care of yourself.
I feel a certain way. Like it's a test to me. Like if I'm, dealing with a shorty and it's like, all right, we about to go there. Like if she like, hey, like she don't say nothing but a calm, I start going, oh, hey, wait, I don't feel like I'm special. Like, oh,
hey, what? Say that again one time for the viewers.
Hey, look,
say it loud and proud, man.
Like, that's a test for real. Like if you dealing with a shorty. And like you about to go there with her and she ain't say no, why come she's about
that's a self-respect.
You not special, nigga. Like, hey, you come
that's
on.
A self-respect issue on both sides.
That should be a red flag. Like, damn, she let me go wrong
really,
first time.
I don't. I'd be like, oh, hey, I don't know what
I'll be mad. It ain't you. It ain't you. It's me. Cause I got a conscience and I'm about to leave.
Yeah, I gotta go. You trying to set me up for those though?
Yes, my check ain't that big.
I mean, we all don't. But we say that, but everybody done slept up. Everybody done.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I said what I said. Or it's like, I feel like back then we were talking about high school that it should have been more like the girls should have been like, hey, again, like you said, more of that self-respect. Like, oh, you ain't got one. Guess what? Mm-hmm. I wasn't planning on this, but I planned for whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's how I feel about that. So it don't got nothing to do.
Mm-hmm. I just stay ready so you ain't got to get ready.
Yeah, exactly. Because changing diapers is not no fun, and neither is having to go get shots.
Hey, man, look, I done beat the odds. I'm good now. I done beat the odds.
But as far as me, because we were talking earlier about being from Oklahoma, so
I cannot.
Yes, there are black people in Oklahoma.
You don't think of black. That's crazy.
There's black people in Oklahoma. It's a lot of us. It's a lot. They tried to kill us.
Damn.
They did. I better know about them. Black Wall Street.
Damn.
Yeah, they burned the whole town. They murdered the whole town, and it just got publicized like in the early '90s. And right now is when it's really starting to take toll or whatever, and people are starting to get educated about it. So in Oklahoma, there are tons of black people, and we are smart. Mm-hmm. But as far as high school is concerned, on a superficial level, I'll be like, girl, you're going to eventually get in style. This black magic is going to be all right. Mm-hmm. And then on an educational level, I think I wouldn't have, because I did good in school, like you said. But I do think that I probably would have went to a junior college for about a year before doing what I do now, because I think you need that spectrum of education. See, so now when you go back, you ain't gonna waste that money. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Student loans is not in there.
Yes. What? That's the one thing, and that's what I'm saying. Like for me, I've taken advantage of all my education and opportunities, but it took me forever to do it. And I would rather now, where I'm at, be talking about a doctorate instead of a master's, if that makes sense.
Oh, you got it.
So, yeah.
What you got now?
Huh?
What you got now?
I am 3 weeks away from my master's in psychology.
Me.
Hey, man. Hey. You doing better than me. I ain't took a motherfucking class since I ain't even took a clip since I've been.
Bro, you gotta be.
You don't mind if I move this?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
You just gotta be ready for it, man. Like
Look,
school ain't for everybody. Like school ain't for everybody, but for what we do, like it's all a game. You gotta, you know. It's all a game.
But something you said that is real is about the trade.
Yeah, learn the
Trade
skill.
and learn the skill. Because now, guess what? That's what everybody's. You know, that's what all the corporations are going to. Is IBM has this thing. It's kind of like the STEM program, which is science, technology, engineering, and math.
Yeah.
The STEM program. Well, now they're paying, like not paying, but they're sponsoring high school kids. You know, to learn these science, technology, and all that. You know, so eventually later they'll probably end up working for that company, or at least you have that cyberspace skill. And these other companies are doing hands-on stuff. So tech schools have become the new college.
I wish it was like that when I was going. It was masonry, welding.
Yeah. But that's the stuff. But that's what I'm saying. Even that right there is is becoming a lost art. Everybody's arms is broke. They got carpal tunnel. The car break down. Who can fix it? But the old man with the belly, you know, smoking a cigarette about to catch y'all all on fire.
Get him a 6-pack. He'll fix anything.
Look, my uncle know how to do it. I don't.
Yeah. Cars. Learn something.
I was saying something this week too. Yeah. At work, I was like, when I was growing up, when we used to fix stuff, you used to call it. It used to be ghetto, or I'm gonna use the word nigger rigging.
Oh, nigga rigging.
Okay.
Man, it's poor TV.
I don't use the word, you know, loosely, but that's what they used to call it. Now that we're, you know, everything's costing more money, and we're global when it comes to what we do. Even this, you know, this podcast is global.
I wish.
It is.
Anything on the internet.
Anybody can source it. So the point is we switched the word. So now it's no longer ghetto or that. It's innovative, ingenuitive. If you think about it.
I'm finna ingenuitive on some. Yeah.
This boy.
You gotta say the word first.
Gonna be real innovative.
Yes, innovative and.
I don't know.
Hey,
I don't come outside no more.
Oh, okay.
As you were saying, though.
No, that's all I was saying. When nowadays, you know, you got to know the word. Use which word to use. Are we innovators? I think we are.
Yeah, I mean, we got to though.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where we come from. I mean, but
exactly, it's not ghetto. That's the thing. You know, it's like if it works and it's sustainable, that's innovation.
That's actually deep. Cause we got our ways of fixing shit.
Yes.
And people like, oh, that's some ghetto shit. Nah.
Remember my heat on.
That's deep though. On some serious shit though. That's
everybody does it. Like, you know, the other folks, they call it jerry rigging. I guess.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Both of them call it. One's Jerry and one's the N word, but at the same time, it's the same thing. But which one, you know, as far as culturally acceptable, and but to make it culturally acceptable, that's when we rephrase it, reword it, and now we're all innovators.
Speaking of that, I'm fire to dive right into. Damn, that was fast. Hold on, I might take a break soon.
Oh, my bad.
No, we good. Damn, that shit was deep. So, this next topic, I'll start the clock. Jesus Christ. Bloopers for real. Bloopers for real. So
we got post edit. We'll edit it.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do? We're gonna take a quick little break. Then when we come back, we're gonna go right into the next topic. The next topic is: do us as black people have to talk a certain way to appease to other people? We'll be back.
Okay.
So we are back from break. Yeah, the shit we talk about when we off break, man. Look, so what I said, we're gonna talk about us as black people. Do we have to talk or act a certain way just to appease a certain crowd of people? Like, what's the difficulties of us in the corporate world or interacting? Do we have to? Is it harder for us? I think the obvious answer is yes. I just want to talk more about that. So whoever want to go first.
I guess I should go first. All right. Well, being as someone that doesn't, that I said the right doesn't. Yeah,
Doesn't, yeah.
I don't speak in a proper way all the time, especially at work. I talk how I talk, and I use a lot of slang in my vocabulary. That was 2 syllables. That was 2 syllables. Okay, all right.
I'm over here counting on my head.
Yeah, but no. But all jokes aside, like I talk the same way all the time, and so I go to work and I'm myself, and like. It's a cultural thing. I'm not gonna say it's a race thing. It's a cultural thing. Cause I know some white people, you know, motherfuckers that grew up in certain neighborhoods and grew up around in the lower in the city, whatever. They talk, you know, you met them. They
I
talk.
was like, don't forget about the Filipinos.
Yeah,
for sure.
They talk out, you know. So it's a cultural thing, and like sometimes they won't understand, but I can personally say for the most part. But it's your career too. Like I've never really been alienated or like treated a certain way, but they won't understand certain things. But that goes both ways though. They'll say some things, and I'm looking like, yo, like I'm like, yo, that was low key kind of like racist, bro. I should smack you, right? But I don't even. But I can like, you know, you know, cause I got zero. I tell them up front. I walk into work. I let them know. I'm like, yo, I ain't your friend. We co-workers. I'm not hanging out with y'all after work. I'm not coming to none of y'all for squadron functions. While we at work, we friends. I'm gonna make this shit fun. We gonna joke. We gonna laugh. Don't invite me nowhere. They already know. It's an ongoing joke in my shop. It's an ongoing joke in my shop because they hang out together and all that. It's probably like 12 people on my shift. They go hang out. They do stuff. They don't invite me just because they're supposed to, but they know. They be like, well, Throw ain't gonna show up. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Cause like, there's no point. Like, you a 40-year-old middle-aged white man. We got nothing in common. You from Kentucky or wherever the fuck you from. Like, I don't mean nothing by it. I just like, I can hang out with you if I need to.
In a professional setting.
Yeah, but I'm not on my free time. Why am I gonna come? Why am I gonna do that? Cause now it's not that I'm uncomfortable, but it's like. All right, I'm forcing it now. Like,
right, you want an organic setting.
Yeah, like I gotta, like, cause now you're gonna be tiptoeing, cause you say something crazy, I'm gonna go across your head. Oh, not for real. Like when we in the uniform, like I talk to them. I can show you messages of how I talk to my supervisor. Like I don't play with them. Like, hey, like. Look, yeah, and the crazy part, a good racist joke, if it's funny, I'll let it slide. Like, oh, that was funny, it's cool, whatever. Like, I'm not, like, on that.
Slide.
Yeah, it's like, all right, bro, what's up? And they know, like, they all know, like, don't come up to me talking crazy, because I'm going to check you on it, and I'm going to wild out on you. And they know. So they just leave me alone. Like, if it ain't work-related, don't come up to me joking. Like, I'm legit.
Oh, you got to say right, man.
I don't give a fuck like that. I'm sorry, but they know. But I mean, they know. Come on, bro, they know. But like depending on your position.
Yeah, that's what we're coming from. That's what we're trying to do. That's why we both looking like, look.
She look at me like,
edit that out, man. Edit it out. Hey, post that.
Now I gotta edit that out, boy.
Post that. I got you. It's post edit, man. You got edit, man. This ain't live. But
anyways,
but no, I know what I got kind of emotional with it. Like,
somebody was triggered.
I got low-key that trigger. Like it's you know, we all work with people. You know, it's all walks of life. I've met people that literally have never seen a black person in their life. They like. Yeah, like I graduated with like 13 people. I never seen it, and like that's real life for them. So
yeah, I mean it's and like you said, it is real life. But I do think like how I say it again with social media and things like that. I give you about 5% credit for a statement like that. No, I'm saying as far not you, the other person. In other words, like the other source that this is coming from, because. Even though you might not see a person in real life like that, you are exposed to it no matter what. We are the world, as big as it is, has gotten so much smaller. So to rely on ignorance, you know, to say, "Oh, I didn't know." No, you are aware.
You knew something. Yeah,
I'll say you are at least aware. You might not know, but you're aware. So I need for you to go ahead and become, as we say, thirsty, to be educated on some things.
That's right. She's so good.
Yeah, she's
good, man.
So I say this. So when I first became a part of this
An establishment.
this establishment, I ain't know, I was kind of quiet. I didn't know how to move. that was like the first time I've been around so many walks of life. So I thought like if I truly be myself, that may be a negative thing. People gonna look at me different. But as I'm been in years, I figure like the more I'm myself, more people is accepting of me. Oh damn, like what you say? Oh damn, teach me that. Like oh you really talk like that? Oh you funny. Like people really like. I feel like be yourself. Of course, be respectable. Don't be disrespectful. Yeah. But I do feel like sometimes we do have to put on another voice. Cause I feel like if we really talk the way we want to, I feel like some people are scared. They can't handle
the realness.
They can't handle the realness, and man, this shit can get really deep. This shit can get really deep. Like
I figure I always mull against two things, or in my mind I'm always going through two things. One, there is a level of tact or a filter that you should have, just because of the fact that that's just having respect again for the awareness. So should we forget who we are and our talk or the way that we speak? No, we shouldn't. But at the same time, know when to sprinkle that on, because that's what to me I call it the spice. You know what I mean? That gives us that flavor.
You know what? I need for this episode I need a whole glossary. She got so many terms and shit
she fired.
Okay, that's a compliment. I'm just saying,
she not even saying that crazy. She put it together so well, and so she concise. Like you just
thank you, I appreciate it. Again,
they could be watching
No, I was excited when you asked me to do it. I was like, yes. What time?
Yeah, she was here on time too.
I'm never on time for nothing. I'm gonna be late to my own funeral.
Damn.
Oh my God.
She ain't in the casket. Who the fuck my bad.
Hashtag goals.
I'll say this, not to play devil's advocate or something like that, but again, because we're all supposed to be professionals.
Right.
So I'll try to check myself, not even on a self-conscious level. I just want to make sure when I'm talking to somebody, especially when it's about work or anything, I try to get my point across in the most clearest way.
Right.
And so I try to use layman terms. I try to speak to you regular. And so but it works both ways though, because I could be like, man, that's fucking crazy. Woo, say some slang shit. I'm not gonna do it. I'm cursing. But you know what I mean. And it works both ways. Cause hey, bro, that's crazy. Can go the same way. Bro, cut the malarkey. It's all, you know what I mean. It's still cut the malarkey.
We were talking about that. We were talking about that earlier though.
But it's all slang, but it's just how it comes across. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it alone. As black, I don't know if as a black man, I feel like I understand white culture and other cultures better than understand black culture, but because we have to, because we're always fitting in.
Now that's deep.
You know what I mean? So they'll be like, oh, I never knew, but they can say, I already know what you're talking about because I'm from New York, so I grew up with everybody, but you have to understand the culture, because we are living.
Right. Well,
you know what I'm getting at.
What I was gonna say is, first of all, I love what you just said. As far as we have to know what everybody else, knows, but then nobody knows what we know. So, and that can be a double-edged sword to a certain extent. I don't even say a sword, but when I say a sword, I mean it in a good way.
Yeah.
And that means that we can have, again, the code. Remember how I was talking about switching codes? That's what everybody on social media has been talking about, how when you're at work, you're like, good morning, Tom. Good morning, Becky. How's it going? Yes, I'll bring my macaroni and cheese.
Oh, my God.
Coffee?
You know what I'm saying? Starbucks is delicious. Whereas, in fact, I'm a 7-Eleven girl and I put my coffee in a Starbucks cup. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. You're not lying.
But then when we get
another code. Nigga, you got that Henny? Yeah, I got that down.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That type of way. And then you got your, when you talk to your boys, even when you talk to your girl. You know what I'm saying? It's all these different codes of language that we have to communicate.
Yeah.
And in the books, we went to school just like they did, right? We got social media just like they did. Things have changed so much as far as the knowledge level that we are, because we're thirsty. we're thirsty for knowledge. We want to know because we trying to get ahead. We are not trying to keep the status quo. As far as how I say this, young people or anybody that has any type of ambition. So we do have to learn that. And whereas when certain cultures are already at the status quo, they get lazy.
True. Dang.
You know? And so they figure, well, I don't need to know what you know. You need to know what I know. But I'm going to flip it and say, they ain't realizing we do. We already know. When we're applying it.
I just play dumb.
Right. And you should. There's good times to play that because of the fact that then they don't expect as much. When you come out the door, kicking the door down and letting them know what you know, a lot of times then they try and switch the game up on you, and you don't want that.
Yes.
Hey man,
I
fuck with this show.
But
this shit is crazy.
I'll say this, like it's gonna change soon because like it's generational. Like you know where we stay at, where we live. You live in a different setting than us,
right?
So you don't see the things we see, and you don't see like.
But I've been there before.
I mean, yeah, you've been there, but I'm talking about like now, like generational, like the times, like the kids now, like they know, like the gap is getting smaller,
right? And that's what I was talking about, yeah.
And it's crazy because like you can go talk to like a kid from like a white kid from fucking like
Arkansas.
Oregon, Arkansas. Like no, seriously though, but because like the internet, like information is everywhere,
right?
And like the internet has made everything so close, and
it's
like,
bridging the gap.
We are the culture. Like you know, everybody listen to rap music. Everybody listen, So we watch TV, watch movies. It's us. So it's like. The gap is they like the kids now coming up. They understand the slang. They understand what's going on to an extent.
What's funnier though to me is you know you're stating all of these how I say American places, right? But think about all the places globally that our influence is on.
They fuck with us.
You know what I'm saying? And I
get more love outside the country.
And I'll be honest. So I was on a flight not too long ago, and because you know I travel overseas. And so I was on a flight because the one that I wanted to get on wasn't available. So I ended up having to go on one that was going to going to West Virginia. And I was initially scared as heck. Okay, I travel all around. I've been a little shirt, got this in Brussels. Okay, I was not afraid to go to Brussels. I was not afraid to go to Paris. I was not afraid to go to Germany. I was not afraid to go to any of these countries. But the moment I stepped on that plane and I knew I was going to West Virginia, I was shook daddy. I was shook daddy. But I mean, and this is the good news. I mean, the good part about it was when I got off the plane, I had met somebody on there. I didn't know I had to stay the night in West Virginia. One of the guys was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm from there. My dad will do this and we'll do that." And so I arranged for a hotel. And this guy who I'd only met once through work. His dad came and picked us up. His dad made sure that I was got to the hotel, and he would not leave until I checked into my room. And then they followed up and was like, "Okay, so do you have a rental car? Did you get dinner? All this kind of stuff." The fear in me that was initially instated because of all the social media, the television, everything like that. I always tell the story because my fears were put to rest by this occurrence. You know, there's no testimony without a test. I felt like my fears were being tested at that time by going to a place I would have never, can I tell you never went to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, it's getting smaller, but that stigma of we are more loved outside of our own country than in our country is true. But I do think that there are cultures who are trying to, get rid of that stigma. So that's the part is we got to look for those things or focus on those things more than, hey, man, I was at such and such. And this dude tried to play me for stupid. You know?
That happens.
Yes. Trust me, it does. And that's what I'm saying. That fear going back, even, going back to the States is real. But I'm glad that there are sprinkles of people who know that exists and try and be the opposite of it. You're not always going to meet them, though. Don't get me wrong. You're not. But when you do, you got to appreciate it. So.
That's crazy. Like I never had these problems growing up in Northeast. Like I had.
Where you're from, it's very diverse.
I mean, like I've been down south. Like all my grandparents from like I got a grandma from Mississippi. I got a grandma Alabama. I lied. She's from Alabama, and I got a grandma from South Carolina. Like my grandma from Mississippi, Alabama. She's from a place called Bola G. Never heard of it. Like it just got like they just started putting it on maps like 2 years ago. Yeah, like it's a little town. Now for real, like
Google Maps was like, what?
yeah, like I tried to look this shit up as a child, like, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, population like 1,000, like some crazy, less than that probably. I can't even remember, but it's like, and they would tell me these things because I got a grandfather, and like he literally grew up in the era where he had to pick like fruit and cotton and like do field work. Yeah, like he caught the tail end of that era. So it's like he always used to tell me like, hey, yo, I don't know how to silence it. I ain't gonna.
It ain't no
where you at? No, where you at?
It's true. It's boo thing, but
But
it's okay.
I can pause it.
No, that's okay.
I can pause it.
We got post that.
That's a blooper. That's a blooper.
Yeah, we got post
No, it's not. You know what? This is called instant messenger. I will tell. This is how we go because I'm not gonna ignore my boo thing. I won't try to ignore my boo.
You know what? That should be a topic. Shit, when your boo thing call, how long do you got till you get that message? Fuck you and
it won't be no boo thing because like that.
When I see it, I see it. God damn, get off my back.
Damn, I was asleep, baby. I promise.
No, I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I cannot compound the crime by lying.
Hey, so on that, we finna gonna break. When we come back. We got another topic for that.
I'm dumb, bro.
Alright.
So damn it, I ain't gonna lie, this show was very different and very intellectual. I still ended up on this bitch drunk as hell. But if you feel like there's anything we should have talked about, if y'all want to hear anything talked about on this show, please comment below. Other than that, I do appreciate you for coming through.
Yeah, you know, man.
And for you being the brand new guest. Hey man, she lit.
It's been a pleasure.
Hey,
I learned some stuff.
Hey, she made wisdom, and knowledge.
Oh my
and
God.
Experience. I definitely, man. Y'all ain't hear the shit we talk about on camera, but this shit. But like I said,
life coach.
If y'all want to hear us talk about some certain shit, please comment below. Other than that was the end of Pole TV.
Pull it up.
Yeah, you. Watch his face. Watch him.
I love it.
No, you don't know what's going on.
We out.
Alright. Here we go. You my new life coach.